Welcome to our MELAG webinar. Today is the topic accessories for MELAtherm 10 in dental use. Maybe you joined us last week where we had the MELAtherm accessories for other medical fields, but today we are concentrating on the dental use. My name is Ferdinand Schmidt and I will guide you through this webinar today. On the right side, you see the question field, and there you can type some questions during the webinar. I have two colleagues sitting around with me who will answer your questions, or I will directly answer them as I speak here. So, first of all, with small points, what are the advantages of our MELAtherm 10? We have a washer-disinfector which has active drying included, which has an automated dosage of agents included. We have a module for documentation included, an optimized washing chamber which allows us to have very low running costs and very short cycle times. And for our MELAtherm 10, we offer a wide range of accessories and inserts. As there are really many different accessories and inserts, it is possible to configure it to really use all the advantages and have an optimal handling and optimal workflow when you treat your instruments. And because there's a wide range and many different accessories available, at the first look it seems to be a little bit confusing, but in fact it's a really easy to understand system, and I will show you now why. Every MELAtherm 10 is used with a basis basket, and this is designed for our flex system. The flex system divides the basis basket in 6 segments, and most of our inserts we have are specially designed for the flex system, and you can put them inside the basis basket and even stack them in 2 layers. For hollow instruments, we have on the basis basket an optional injector rail, which is why we are now talking about dental practices. It's common that you usually use the injector rail for your hollow instruments. And if you use our online configurator or our price list, you will see a small pictogram on the upper left corner with every insert rack or flex basket or other accessories that will show you the footprint, how much space or segments it uses in the flex system. So it's easy to configure your own set of accessories. For the hollow instruments, we have an injector rail, and it has 11 connections, and with distributors it's possible to expand the connections to up to 33 connections. All adapters on the injector rail are easily changeable with a 10mm wrench, which is delivered with the device, or changeable by hand. And now, for you, the question usually is, how do I find the right accessories for the MELAtherm when I sell it? And there, MELAG will help you to find the right parts. First, we have standard configurations, which will give you a slight recommendation what could be possible for the special field, medical field or dental field. We also have as a tool our online configurator on our website, where you can find information regarding all products and accessories. And another tool we offer you is what you are now listening. It's our webinars where we will show you what configurations are maybe perfect for your operation. And you can, if you don't have time for the webinars, maybe for other webinars, you can always review them on our YouTube channel. And yeah, another option is always you can directly contact our sales team, who will help you, yeah, find the right accessories for you. When you want to configure accessories, there are 3 basic rules. The first thing is, yeah, ask the practice or the doctor which instruments he use. Get an overview over all instruments you have and look if they have special requirements. For example, if they are hollow instruments or they have hinges or something like that. The second part is cluster the instruments, and then you will find, yeah, the special racks for these group of instruments. And there are basically 3 rules. First one, always check if the instrument is allowed to be treated in a washer disinfector. For example, instruments made of plastic can be prohibited to be treated in the washer disinfector. So please check the instructions of the instrument manufacturer before. Another rule is if we have a special insert or special basket for some instrument group, this would be the first choice. For example, we have a special insert for hinged instruments. So yeah, if possible, use it. And another basic rule is hollow instruments always have to be connected on the injector rail, but there's one exception, and I will show you this later. So today we are focusing on 3 examples. It's dental practices, oral and maxillofacial surgeries, and orthodontic practices. First, I will yeah, show you some examples or standard configurations for these practices, and after that I will focus on hollow instruments because they are basically the same for all of the 3 kinds of practices. So here we have a standard configuration for yeah, a normal dental practice, with some recommendations from MELAG, but you can easily, yeah, change it because our flex system works like Lego. You can easily, for example, remove this insert rack for MELA store trays and insert the instrument basket G instead. You always have the footprint here and see how much space it needs in the basket. For oral and maxillofacial surgeries, we have another recommendation as a standard configurations. It's this one, and you basically see here that we have yeah, configured it that we can attach many MELA store trays to the MELAtherm, because in these maxillofacial surgeries, you usually use the instruments for special treatments in sets, and therefore we have our MELA store system. And here at the bottom side, you see some examples how you can, yeah, combine your instruments to one set and then completely treat them in a basket, in the basis basket. Our next standard configuration for orthodontic practice looks like this. This is kind of different because we have in the orthodontic practice mostly single instruments, for example, these extraction forceps or curettes or impression trays. And now we are focusing on dental hollow instruments because they're yeah, somehow special. We have, as you see here, ultrasonic scalar tips. We have contra angles, turbines, ultrasonic handpieces. We have surgical suction cannulas. We have universal suction cannulas, and different kinds of air polishing devices, or for example, magnetostrictive ultrasonic inserts. And first we do a small yeah, excursus on the topic fine filtering. Which instruments need a fine filtering? This is a special topic because contra angles, for example, as you see here, and handpieces and ultrasonic scalar tips have very thin channels, and as you see here, fine transmissions. And therefore the manufacturers of the instruments want the washer disinfector to protect these instruments from getting stuck by small particles. And as we are in the dental field, we have many water insoluble particles in the dental materials. For example, glass fiber in composite filling materials, or a sodium bicarbonate or silicic acid in prophylaxis powders. And to prevent that these particles get stuck in the fine transmissions and destroy your expensive contra-angle instruments, you can use fine filtering for these instruments in the MELAtherm. And how can you do this? We have the injector rail with 11 connections, and when you want to attach an instrument which needs a fine filtering, which we recommend for contra-angles and ultrasonic scalar tips, we have this filter disc housing, which can where you can put a ceramic filter disc inside or a metal filter disc inside. The ceramic filter disc is you have to dispose it after 20 cycles, and the metal filter disc is a cleanable version, which you can clean after 20 cycles in the ultrasonic bath. And now we're going to the special groups of instruments. How to connect contra-angles, straight hand pieces, or turbines in the MELAtherm. Therefore, we have a very comfortable adaptation with fixed connections. For example, the first one here is an adapter for ISO connector or intracoupling, which is basically standard for most of the contra-angles available on the market. We have some special snowflakes here. It's from Sirona. There are contra-angles called Sirona Classic, and they have a little bit different adapter, but most of the instruments available on the market are connectable with these adapters we have here. And now, as to have a little bit more clue how we connect it, it's very simple. We have the injector rail, we have the filter disc housing where we put the filter disc we want inside, and then there's the special adapter. And this is how it can look when you connect an contra-angle to the injector rail. Very easy, you just click the instrument on the adapter and can easily remove it after the treatment. If you use more than 6 of the filter disc housings, you can use the distance sleeve to put 2 contra-angles next to each other. And if you have special surgical contra-angles with external spray channels, you can also use a specific adapter, like it is, you see it on the picture. For example, this is a Cavo contra-angle with a removable head, and this can be a configuration how you can connect this instrument. This is by this external spray adapter is connected to this small external spray channel to rinse every channel on the instrument. So now we go to ultrasonic scalar tips. There we have nearly the safest treatment solution for all washer disinfectors on the market, because with our solution you have the highest work safety, because you can always handle the ultrasonic scalar tips with the torque wrench. The torque wrench can be treated simultaneously to the tip in the washer disinfector, and it's really easy to screw on, like you are used to it on the handpiece. Therefore, we use the injector basket Flex 1. This is a really cool part because you only need 2 connections on the injector rail, and you have room for 6 tips, including the torque wrench. To connect it, to connect the single tips, we have special adapters for the tips, which have different threads. And with all the adapters we offer, we are compatible with most of the available tips by the different manufacturers on the market. And just to show you how you can connect it, this kind of easy as I told you before. You have the injector rail, use two filter disc housings, then the injector basket flex 1, 6 of the adapters which are fit to your to the tips you use, and with, for example, 3 of the injector baskets 1, you can treat up to 18 tips per cycle. If you don't want to use the injector basket flex 1, you can also directly connect the adapter for the tip with the filter disc housing to the injector rail. And now we're going to universal suction cannulas, which are the most hollow instruments you use in the dental practice. And as you only have 11 connections on the injector rail, it is possible to vertically treat these universal suction cannulas, like the 11 millimeters for children or 60 millimeters for adults, in the instrument basket. And this is a really cool feature of the MELAtherm 10, because usually the connections for hollow instruments are very rare, and with the possibility for the universal suction cannulas to treat them vertically in the instrument basket, you have a lot more space for your handpieces, your contra angles, or other more difficult to clean hollow instruments. And now we go to our surgical suction cannulas. Here it is also quite easy. You can connect them on the injector nozzles. Optionally, you can use these clamp springs for the injector nozzle, which is attached to it, to hold the suction cannulas a little bit tighter. Another option is to use the triple distributor to only use one connection on the injector rail, but be able to treat 3 surgical suction cannulas at the same time. These injector nozzles with clamp springs are standard equipped on the basis basket within injector rail. So you will always have 11 of them, but they are easily to unattach and put other adapters on the injector rail. And now we come to hollow instruments without a standardized connection. For example, air polishing devices or magnetostrictive ultrasonic scalar inserts. And here we have, if there's no specific adapter available, you can always try to use our universal adapter. For example, you can use it for EMS airflow handpieces, and there are always 3 inserts included. The green one for a 16 millimeters diameter, the blue one for 20 millimeter diameter, or the white one with 22 millimeter diameter. And it is possible to also, like the filter disc housing, to put a filter disc inside this universal adapter, but you can also replace it with the metal filter disc, as I told you before. And for other hollow instruments where no standard connection, you can use our rinse sleeve for all hollow instruments from 2 to 11 millimeter in outer diameter. And this, for example, fits perfectly for Cavo Profiflex cannulas. But you're very flexible because you have this extension always included in the set. I will tell you in the next slide why. and you have these 5 silicon inserts for instruments with different outer diameters. And here I will show you why the extension is included, because if you want to treat magnetostrictive ultrasonic inserts like the dense black cavitron inserts, you can use this extension in the rin sleeve. Here you need the blue silicon insert, and then you can put the complete cavitron insert inside this rin sleeve and attach it vertically on the injector rail. This extension is quite important because the water inlet is here on the upper side of the insert, and without the extension, you couldn't rinse this small water channel. And if you have like a little bit more complex instruments, for example, air polishing devices by Carvo, like the Carvo Profiflex 3, you have to first disassemble it according to the manufacturer's instructions, and find a suitable adapter for the single parts. For example, the handpiece, or the laser cannon or pistol, like it looks, can be directly connected to an adapter for Carvo turbines, or like the multiflex connector, or if you have the version for Sirona turbines, the suitable adapter for Sirona turbines. The powder reservoir can be just lying in the flex basket with the opening, looking down to the downside, because the water should rinse away when the treatment is over. And the cannula can be connected with the rinse sleeve and the yellow silicon adapter, as I showed you 2 slides before. And now we're already at the end. This was I think a little bit short summary of all the accessories you can use in a dental practice. If you have further questions, or you need further information, you can always watch our MELAtherm product videos on YouTube, just visit the YouTube channel and find more webinars and more videos. You can also check our website, and if you need more advice, you can also contact our sales team. So at this point, I thank you very much for your attention, and I hope I will see you or hear you in the next webinar.